I'm from Toronto. My hometown team is Toronto. I'm not from Toronto, but my hometown team is Toronto. I love the Toronto Blue Jays. I love baseball. Let's go. Dylan Cease in the All-Star game. Strikeout Schwarber right here.
He's the leader of that Phillies clubhouse. Just missed that.
Into the stands and out of play. You may or may not have noticed, and Bryce Harper is one of the left-handed hitting reserves tonight for the National League. The abundance of left-handed hitters in Dave Roberts' lineup tonight, with the switch hitter Ozzie Albies included, 8 of the 9 batters will swing it left-handed first time through the lineup. And there are 5 straight left-handed hitters in this lineup, which is a new All-Star game record. Harper will take over at DH for Schwarber around the midway point of this game tonight. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Schwarber. And a strikeout starts the game in the bottom of the first.
Well, we talked about the 97, 98 miles an hour fastball, but it's also this devastating slider. His last start against the Giants, that slider was on display. Well, first hitter in the All-Star game, yeah, I'll keep that ball too. It's a strikeout. It's been the slider, right? But he's been fantastic. 17 starts, 6-4 with a 2.56. You know what I most love about him is the strikeout rate. I mean, this guy is a true strikeout pitcher. 98 in the 3rd inning, 148 strikeouts.
Strikeout total leads the American League this year. Strike 1 to Juan Soto. Soto, the first Met outfielder to get to an All-Star game since Carlos Beltran, first Met outfielder to start an All-Star game since the great Hall of Famer from Puerto Rico.
That's what Cease has been doing a lot more, throwing that changeup to lefties.
Who's laughing?
I think it's Soto that might be laughing. It's a rarity for a changeup. You don't throw that many of them.
It was such a good changeup that Juan Soto could only laugh? Is that what you're telling me?
Pretty much.
I think it might have been Alan Porter, the home plate umpire.
He wasn't expecting it. He's a fastball slider guy, but you look at Soto and what he's done against righties this year, though. 17 of his 21 home runs have come against righties. He crushes righties.
Oh, 2. And 2 strikeouts to open the bottom of the first. Oh, he's feeling himself right now, baby.
Soto, you rarely see Soto turn back saying, whoa, what was that? It was a cannon out of the hand. You don't see swings like that from one of the best lefties in our game. I think he's kind of chatting it up.
You're going to strike out Schwarber and Soto to start your first All-Star appearance. And now you're 0-1 on one of the greatest hitters of our generation, Freddie Freeman.
On a pitch that he's not throwing much, it's that changeup. He's throwing it a lot more to lefties. And this is a guy, if you strike him out, I mean, I got to tip my cap to Cease, because
0-1 to Freeman, who got into the break with 15 homers. He's behind 0-2. You saw the fact that Freddie's now a 10-time All-Star. And he has won the fan-voted first base in 6 of the last 8 years. He gets support in the state of Georgia. He gets support all over Los Angeles County. And hanging in there, fouling off 97.
What amazes me is, you look at his whole career, man. He came up with the same swing. There hasn't been many mechanical changes, many different stance. I mean, this has been Freddie Freeman since he was 18 years old in the Braves organization.
Ball and 2 strikes to Freeman.
And I talked to him and I talked to people in the Dodgers organization, and they try to talk about launch angle with the young hitters and, an exit velo. Freddie Freeman's not that player. He's just not that guy. He wants to hit line drives over shortstop. That's what lets him lay off those pitches like that.
Those are great takes.
Great takes. In today's game, we will see a lot of what? Whiffs. A lot of strikeouts on pitches like that.
I mean,
not Freddie Freeman.
You're in an All-Star game. It'd be easy to kind of come out of your discipline on a night like this. So back in the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
just stays on that changeup.
That one clipped Alan Porter behind the plate.
I appreciate it. I mean, I know you're trying to hit it back there.
I don't know if you could hear that at home. Freddie said, I'm trying to hit it that way. 2-2 to Freeman. Cease trying to strike out the side in the bottom of the first. And still with a chance to do that very thing. You know, we should say this too, I guess, Yonder, because velocity in an all-star game has a way of creeping up. And the scandal theorist out there might think, they're juicing up the radar gun. That is not the case.
No, at all. I mean, look, this year he's gained velocity on his fastball. And he's up to averaging 98, almost 98 miles an hour. That wasn't the case early on in his career.
Last season, the league-wide average for a four-seam fastball was 94.5 miles an hour. In the All-Star game, it was 97.1 miles an hour, so almost 3 miles an hour firmer. Again, he got elite pitchers here. That's part of it. And Freeman goes from 0-2 to ball 4.
Yeah, that's just how good he is. That's a typical Freddie Freeman at bat. Down 0-2, gets him working. That's why this Dodgers team is so important, right? They got this guy in the middle of the lineup. He sets the tone. As much as you talk about Shohei setting a tone, it's also Freddie Freeman. The approach, just what he brings to the table every single night.
Here is Washington Nationals shortstop and two-time All-Star now, C.J. Abrams. CJ has put together a really fantastic body of work in the first half of the season. 20 homers, 15 stolen bases. In fact, he's one of only 3 players in the league that can claim 20 homers and 15 bags at the break.
One of the premier shortstops in the game. I thought Freddie was going to go there.
He was
thinking about it.
A smile on his face and a really big